Hi everyone, a DIY video for you all today. Commercial weed killer costs an absolute fortune to buy these days. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make your own weed killer really cheaply from natural ingredients that actually works. These are the weeds that I'm going to be tackling and put this weed killer to the test. These are the ingredients that I'll be using. First, I got myself some cheap ordinary cooking salt. This one weighs in at about 1.5 kilos. Second, I have some ordinary dish soap. This one's about half a litre. Again, the cheapest I could find. And then thirdly, I got myself some white distilled vinegar. These bottles are 1.14 litres each. And of course, I got the cheapest I could find. In this total should make up about 3.5 litres of weed killer. To mix and then apply the weed killer, I'm going to use this pump action spray bottle. This one holds up to about 5 litres. I'll put a link in the description in case you need to find one for yourself. First, I open the spray bottle applicator and add the vinegar. Just pour in all 3 bottles. The next ingredient to go in is the salt. I just gauge this by eye, but I use about half a cupful. Next, seal up the spray bottle and give it a good shake. What you need to do here is make sure that all the salt is dissolved into the vinegar. Once it's all dissolved, open up the spray bottle again and add the last ingredient, the dish soap. You just need to add about a tablespoonful or 2. The dish soap provides a suspension for the vinegar and salt solution to stick to the leaves of the weeds and do their job. Then tighten up the spray bottle again and give it a good shake to mix it all together. Then pump up the spray bottle a few times to pressurize the bottle, ready for spraying. To spray the weeds, adjust the spray nozzle to give a nice even spray mist and get in quite close and spray all the leaves of the weeds. Make sure you cover as much foliage as possible. The more coverage, the more effective the weed killer is going to be. The weeds I have chosen to test this on are thick weeds, including nettles, and are well established and strong. So my feeling is if it works on this, it should work on anything. Once I've finished spraying, I'm going to share the results after 12, 24, 48, and 72 hours to see how quickly it kills off the weeds and the progress it makes. I'll also go over how much it cost me to put the weed killer together. Okay, before we look at the results, let's just see how cheap it is to make your own weed killer. The vinegar cost me just 70 pence a bottle. Next, the salt was just £1.90 per bag. And lastly, the dish soap was just 69 pence per bottle. That makes a total cost of £4.69 for 3.5 litres of weed killer, or just £1.34 per litre. But actually, it's cheaper than that as there was some salt and some dishwasher left over to make some more applications. So, taking that into account, I estimate it will only cost £1.01 per litre. That's a pretty amazing price compared to shop bought weed killer. Okay, let's look at the results. So after just 12 hours, you can see the weeds slightly discolored and weeping a little. Then after 24 hours, the weed killer has really had an impact with most of the leaves turning brown. There's still a few bits of green, but hardly any. Then after 48 hours, pretty much everything is dead. And then finally, 72 hours later, the weeds are completely dead and the leaves completely dried out and crispy. So I have to say, this completely natural and super cheap weed killer is really effective, and I definitely won't be buying any shop bought weed killer ever again. Let me know in the comments if it works for you, or maybe if you've got a different recipe that works for you, then let us know what you use. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.